okay?
I don't know.
You got a call?
No. I just wanted to check in the skies.
What?
I really wanted to look at the skies.
Oh, okay.
Something, I don't know. I just said a prayer. I just said, where is this little animal? Father, where is this little animal?
And you went to your room?
When the Russian came out and she just walked out like nothing. Like if she came out through the window.
She was in the bathroom?
No, through the window where the desk is. She just walked out from there.
How'd she get? She must have gotten out from that. Is the
How?
window open?
No. Nothing. She shook out like she was wet.
She was
And
wet?
she's not. No. Nothing. Nothing. Anytime I was gonna find this little kitty, I went outside to see if there's any visitors. If I saw anything out there in the skies. Literally. For real.
So she came through the...
All I said is, Father, where is this little animal? Like, where is this little animal? Went to the restroom, came back out, and I knew she would be walking out exactly where I knew she would be walking out of. Walking out from.
She walked out the window?
She walked in exactly where I knew, where I thought and felt that she would walk out from.
Okay.
And I walked out the door of the restroom. Well, the restroom door, and then there's the other restroom door, the sink room there. Walked out of there into the room, and she was walking out exactly where I knew and I thought that she was going to be walking out of. Exactly what I had in my head. Exactly. And she just came out like that. So she wasn't in the room. The window is closed. There's no nothing. She's shaking off like if she was wet. She went in the fence and just stayed in there, like in the kennel, and just stayed in there good. Like nothing.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna let this off really easy like that. I checked every little inch of that room. Every inch of that room. And anywhere that little cat, she's not that little.
No, she's not.
You can carry her. You can see her. She doesn't fit into little something underneath that over there or nothing like that. She doesn't fit underneath things. She's not that little.
No, she's a big cat.
There's nothing I have. There's nothing. She would not let you put anything on top of her. So she was not underneath none of my clothes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much my robes. She was not that. I moved my robes. She's not under there. She won't stay under there. She just walked out like nothing ever happened. I feel she was dropped off.
And she went someplace and she came back.
And she just came back. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. I am like, I'm right here. I'm a little.
That's right.
I'm frozen. I'm in shock right now. I just wanted to check the skies. I just need to check the skies because they can disguise themselves as clouds too. It's impossible for us to interact with that world. It's almost impossible unless they want you to see it. And I think it just showed itself, presented itself through this little kitty.
There wasn't nothing out there, right?
It just looks like clouds. I was like, that's what they look like. That's what they would look like. I wouldn't know. They disguise themselves as clouds. And there's a lot of them, plenty, that would look like that. Yeah, they look real weird too. They look really strange. Look out in your back kitchen window. It looks just as weird. They just look odd. And I was like, I know they turn into clouds. I know they can disguise themselves in whatever they want. They're not limited to how we're limited. But this little kitty and you we and me checked this house up and down, every little piece.
Through everything.
What in the world is her just coming out of under my desk? Like nothing. Not sitting down, just walking like a perfect little kitty. And just shakes off like she was wet or something. But I wanted to touch her to see if she was wet. If she was I checked that place like 5 times. I checked the window. The windows are closed. I checked everywhere. There's not a box you can get inside. She doesn't do that. She would just stick around right there and be on the ground and me rubbing her, and she would just be turning around on the ground, and that's it. That's all she would do. Wow, that just happened to us. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm just like, I had to go outside to check if I see anything.
Well, at least you found her.
Hallelujah.
And she's good. She's fine.
She is, and she just went in the kennel and just stayed sitting there like really quiet. Just stayed there like perfect little kitty. Like nothing, like she had been somewhere and she
went to visit, she came back.
And she just came back. No nothing. She just stayed in the kennel and stayed there like standing. She didn't want water, nothing, just in there perfectly, like standing up, like sitting down on her hinds and her little hands in the front.
And just sat there, looked at you.
Yeah. My goodness. I just said a prayer and I said, Father, where is this little animal? Like with my heart, I felt sad. I was like, where is this little animal? Father, where is this little animal?
Actually, I was sitting here thinking too. I was thinking, where is she? Where'd she go?
She left, like she disappeared in an instant, like seconds, in an instant. She was in the room. I felt that little breeze pass my leg. She didn't come out from out here. She came out from under the desk in the room. I just closed the door. We didn't see her come over here. Those doors are closed in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't come in from the restroom. She didn't come out of nowhere. She came out from under the desk. She can't fit under that desk where the lamp is at. That's too little. That's too low. I just checked there, but you can't go in there. You can't go in there. She can't fit under that. Where did she go? Oh my gosh. I checked everywhere. I checked every little thing, even the silly things. Wow. Well, hallelujah. Yes, she's back.
Well, she's back. She's okay.
That's all we can say.
Yeah.
And she just looks like weirdly normal. Like just nothing ever happened. Like I skipped. Like I just left that room and told you, and we went back, and that's the way she looked. Except she was gone for like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. How long was she gone? 2 hours?
Well, it was interesting.
3 hours?
It was interesting because you were in the kitchen. We heard a noise, and you went in there. And I thought, is that the pot of beans where it's boiling in the lid?
I thought it was. I was looking at it and I was like, it's not really rattling, but the beans are boiling. Right, but it's not really rattling like that.
Right.
If anything, it'd be a drop of that bucket.
Right. But then you went into your room, and I thought, okay, and use the restroom. Okay, whatever. You know, I'm thinking, well, that's, but anyway, and then you come out and you're boy. I just kind of.
Me too.
Am I seeing what I'm seeing?
Yep, you are. We prayed for rain and came. I told the Father, it is. I told him that's my prayer. That was part of the prayer. I was like, show us something. You're showing us something with this kitty. Where is this little animal? That's my prayer. When I was going into the restroom, I was like, where is this little animal? Are you showing us something with this little animal?
Because you instinctively.
Where is she?
You instinctively went into your bed.
And I came out of the restroom. I came out of the restroom to the sink room, opened the door to the room. She's coming out of from the desk as if she came in through the window or something. She did like a little shake as she was in the window. But there was like no way. I wanted to touch her. Come here. I grabbed her hand. She didn't, she was reluctant to. I grabbed her hand and pulled her to see if she was wet. If she had to do anything outside. She wasn't wet at all. She was in the room.
Well, please.
I wonder what it means. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just documenting and telling you what happened just right now.
Yeah. No.
How we found her right now.
Well, at least you found her. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you found her.
Hallelujah. Well, I feel a little better, but I'm still a little shocked. Little shocked. Wow. watching this too. It's just the